What's up, guys, and welcome back for another video. Actually, welcome back for Vlogmas Day 20. And as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips on how to be that woman in 2023. So with that being said, let's go right ahead and get started. Alright guys, so before I get into the tips, I do want to put a disclaimer out there. I am not a licensed professional life coach. Everything I share with you guys in this video are just things that I do to help me be at my best. So take what you will from this video, but always remember you do not have to listen to me. I'm just sharing with you guys things that I am doing to help me along the way in the new year. So with that in mind, the first tip I want to share with you guys on how to be that woman in 2023 is to be confident within yourself. Be confident within your ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. A lot of times the reason why we fail at something, it's more or less due to us not having the confidence within ourselves to have the ability to do or pursue something that we've been wanting to do. I know for me, a lot of my failures came from me being fearful of showing up for myself and just being fearful that people won't gravitate towards me, and just honestly just a bunch of hearsay and excuses and untruthful facts that was just going on in my head. But a lot of times we allow that doubt, that self-doubt, and that fear to creep in our minds, and we start to believe it. But I'm here to attest that any negative thought you have in your mind, please catch it and then replace it with a positive thought, because a lot of the times we have the capability to do whatever it is that we want to do, but we don't have the confidence to do it. So in order to be that woman in 2023 and be the best you need to start being confident within yourself. You don't even have to, even if you don't feel confident, just pretend like you're confident. And honestly, when you the more you start to believe that you're confident, you'll start to show up as the confident woman you are. All right, guys. So the next tip on how to be that woman in 2023 is to practice self-care. And when I mean practice self-care, no, I don't mean run you a nice bath, take a hot shower, do a facial mask, and all of those good jazz and all of those good things. What I simply mean is make sure you are taking care of you physically, mentally, and emotionally. One thing that I realized when it comes to self-care is more than just the physical aspect. If you're not nurturing your mental health, if you're not nurturing your emotional health, how do you expect to feel better, or how do you expect to function as a normal human being? A part of taking care of yourself is also a part of making sure that you're mentally okay and that you're emotionally okay as well. And of course, you definitely want to make sure that your physical appearance is also taken care of, but that is not the only thing you want to focus on. And I think once I started to realize that self-care is so much more than just the physical aspect, I was able to find a way to nurture all three parts of self-care, which is the physical, the mental, and the emotional. And all in all, you just want to make sure that you are taking care of you internally and outwardly. And yeah. All right, guys. So the next tip on how to be that woman in 2023 is to have faith. And I feel like having faith goes hand in hand with trusting the process, because a lot of times the reason why we fail, or at least for me, the reason why I failed was because I didn't trust the process. You know, I didn't trust God to come through and do what he is supposed to do for me, because I had faced so many disappointments in the past. Honestly, moving forward in 2023, I realized that I have to have faith regardless of how I feel inside about something. Like if I feel like I'm not going to succeed at YouTube, if I feel like I'm not going to succeed as a wife or mother or whatever the case may be, I am going to make sure I maintain faith, because literally that is the only thing that's going to get you through every trial and tribulation in your life. Of course, trusting God as well, but more or less having faith and keeping your faith. And I think a lot of times the reason why most of us don't trust God or trust his timing is because we're in such a rush to succeed at whatever it is that we're trying to succeed at. But honestly, when it comes to success, there are so many layers and so many steps, and nothing is just going to happen overnight or instantly. So if you want to be that woman in 2023, then you need to fix your crown and make sure you maintain your faith throughout everything that you're going to go through in 2020. Now, moving on, the next tip on how to be that woman in 2023 is to do what makes you happy. And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of us find ourselves unhappy or just always feeling unfulfilled, is because we're not actually pursuing what we have been called to do, or we're not actually pursuing what we're actually passionate about. And I'm here to attest to that. There have been a lot of things that I've done and I always still felt unfulfilled at the end, even after doing it. And the reason for that was because it was not something that I was truly passionate about, or it was just not what God was calling me to do. So when it comes to being that woman, being the woman that you know you have the ability to be, you need to make sure you are doing what makes you happy. Whether that's start a business, rather that's quit the job you have now, rather that's go travel, rather that start a family, get married. Well, I mean, you know, all of those, none of those things are gonna just happen overnight. But I say all that to say, make sure you are doing what makes you happy and not what make others happy, because trust me, you are not going to have a great year if you continue to do something that is making you unhappy. In fact, you're going to get sick. It's going to cause you to stress and be even more miserable. So walk into 2023 making sure you are focused and doing what makes you happy. Moving on, my last tip on how to be that woman in 2023 is to know that you are that woman. I think a lot of times the reason why we feel like we aren't that girl, to tell ourselves that we aren't that good looking, or we aren't good enough, or we aren't deserving, or whatever it is that we feel that we want. And I'm here to tell you that you already are the woman that you are destined to be. And I think the more we continue to tell ourselves that, and the more we show up as the woman that we want to be, baby, there's nothing that's going to happen in 2023 that is going to tell us otherwise. So when it comes to being that woman, already know that you are that woman, because who gonna tell you otherwise? That is pretty much all of the tips I have for you guys on how to be that woman in 2023. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought of these tips. And if you have any to share with me, definitely leave it in the comments below. And as always, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you give this video a big thumbs up if you like these kind of videos. And as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching the video. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.